Today we are going to change the front wheel bearing for this 2005 Jaguar S Type. Apparently, I've already taken off the wheel and the brakes. If you don't know how, this job is probably not for you. I'll start with disconnecting the ABS sensor. A little bit WD-40 or silicone spray may help. The front is equipped with unit bearing, and because it's a rear-wheel drive, there's no CV axle passing through the hub. Supposedly, we just need to loosen up the 4 hub bolts, and the wheel bearing should be good to go. I already soaked those bolts with plenty penetrating oil. I thought everything would go smooth, but it's a Jaguar, it's never gonna be easy. The hub bolt is 15mm, and this is the front bottom bolt. Not too bad for this one. Moving on to the rear top. Still better than I thought. Now the rear bottom. Not enough room for the front top, unless you steer the wheel either in or out. Here I turn it out all the way to the left, but still it's blocked by the sway bar link. You only need to remove the top of the sway bar link. It's a 15mm nut. Well, no luck, it's spinning. I switch to a ratcheting wrench and use a 5mm hex bit to counter hold it. There's some tension, I just couldn't remove it. Never mind, I'm gonna replace the sway bar link anyway. The bottom is held by a 13mm hex bolt and a 15mm nut. Just another angle to look at it. With the tension off, I was able to remove the top. Now we have the access to the top part of the unit bearing. For some bar, you might hear this frightening cracking sound. Don't worry, I didn't break my ratchet. Although I thought I did, it's just breaking the rust bond. Just continue removing all the 4 bolts. I would use impact whenever I can. It's just that not all of them are easily accessible. With all the bolts removed, supposedly you just need a little bit more preservation to remove the unit bearing. The slide hammer just wouldn't work in salt belt. I also tried this bearing shocker, and it didn't work either. Trust me, for both methods I tried so long time and it just wouldn't budge at all. I'm gonna try this last chance hub removal tool. Eric O from South Main Auto seemed to have a lot of luck with this tool. I don't have the original tool, but my cheap eBay wheel bearing kit comes with something similar. You have to remove a couple of wheel studs. The stud is too long to remove from the back. Cut the stud at least halfway so you can remove it. My cheap kit doesn't come with any nut. Fortunately, I have some spare nuts of the right size and pitch. Apply some lube to reduce the stress on the thread. I use 2 sets to try to evenly pull it out. You don't really need any impact tool here. Just tighten one side until you feel relatively tight and go to the other side. But I found something wrong, let's back out first. My cheap eBay kit doesn't come with a footer, and the bolt tip is making a dent on my aluminum knuckle. Let's improvise to use another oversized nut as a spacer. Now it should work. There is some hope you can clearly see the separation. To make it as even as possible, I keep changing the location to pull it out. See how rusty it is? No wonder other method wouldn't work. Finally, sent it home by my BFH. The white crust is the aluminum rust, which is much harder and denser than the regular iron rust, and probably the reason why it's so hard to pull it out. And why is there so much aluminum rust? Because you put two dissimilar metal together, one being the aluminum knuckle, the other being the steel bearing. Over time, they're gonna react, render the more vulnerable metal, which is the aluminum here, being oxidized. Because the borehole of the knuckle is heavily rusted, it's a good idea to make it as smooth as possible to make an easy installation. Before I install the new bearing, I'd like to apply some fluid film for easy installation as well as the rust prevention. Be patient at the beginning to make sure line up all the bolt holes. I don't know if it's designed as a tight fit or because there's too much rust. There's just no way to use your hands to push it in. I ended up with some bearing race driver and a gentle hammer tap. Apply some medium strength thread locker. The torque spec for the hub bolt is 90 Nm or 66 foot-pound. As I promised, I'm gonna put this new sway bar link. The torque spec for the bottom is 70 Nm. And the top is 46 Nm. Finally, let's pull back this ABS sensor. I applied some silicone grease just to make it easier, also make it waterproof. You don't just simply shovel it in, because there's orientation for this sensor. There is a small locating pin on the sensor, so you have to align it with the indent in the hole. Alright, that's how you replace a front wheel bearing on a 2005 Jaguar S Type. Probably gonna apply to the year from 2003 to 2008 as well. Hopefully this can help you out, and thanks for watching.